Keep $400 a month in mind because today I'm going to tell you the story of John. John is 28 years old, a middle-income teacher living in Ohio. He knew nothing about investing. He used to search how to invest on Google and everything that came up scared him. But one day he made a single decision. He set aside $400 a month, put it into the right fund, and 30 years later he became the owner of $1,100,000. Today I will show you the 3 funds behind that decision, how to access those funds, and every step John took. This video is not investment advice. Everything shared here is for educational purposes, and I recommend you consult a licensed financial advisor before making your own decisions. I am skipping straight to the summary because I respect your time. As of today, the 3 lowest cost and historically most consistent options available for the individual investor are these: Vanguard's VTI, Fidelity's FZROX, and Schwab's SWTSX. If you invest in these funds through an IRA or a 401k account, you will both get a tax advantage and benefit from the full power of compound growth. Regular and automated monthly investing is always more powerful than trying to time the market. Now let's prove step by step why these are true. Let's start with the question of what an index fund is. Open a tab right now and type the official Vanguard fund details address into your browser. You can find the links to the websites I mentioned in this video in the description, and you can follow the same steps there. The actual page of VT will appear before you. The numbers you see there summarize everything this video will explain on a single screen. An index fund is an investment vehicle that mimics a market index. In the case of VT, this index is the CRSPUS Total Market Index, and this index has approximately 3,700 companies from the largest to the smallest in America. Apple is there, Microsoft is there. There are small-cap growth companies whose names you haven't heard yet, all inside a single fund. Its difference from actively managed funds is this. In an active fund, a fund manager decides which stocks to buy and sell, and the cost of this decision-making process is reflected to you. There is no such process in an index fund. The fund simply follows the index and the cost drops dramatically. Now, if you want to see what this cost difference means in 30 years, go to the Portfolio Visualizer Backtest page. On the left side, type 10,000 in the initial amount section, type 4,800 for the annual contribution section, which means $400 monthly. Select 1994 to 2024 as the time period and compare VTI with a hypothetical active fund with a 1% expense ratio. The resulting number will shock you because the cost difference alone turns into a difference between $80,000 and $120,000 in 30 years. Do this calculation and write what came out in the comments. I'm really curious. Now let's look at the 3 institutions and their products and show each of them on the real platform. For Vanguard, go to the official VTI profile overview page right now, where it says expense ratio in the middle of the page. You see 0.03%. This means 0.03%. The annual fee you pay on a $10,000 investment is $3. As for the difference between VTI and VOO, click the Compare button on the top right of that exact page and select VOO. Screen VTI versus VOO chart. You will see them side by side. VTI covers 3,700 companies, meaning small and mid-cap companies are included, while VOO is only the S&P 500, meaning the largest 500 companies in America. The expense ratio is 0.03% in both. The performance difference is not statistically significant from a 30-year perspective. The choice largely depends on your risk tolerance. Now I want to ask you a question, and I want you to write the answer in the comments. Would you prefer wider diversification, meaning VTI, or focusing solely on large and stable companies, meaning VOO? Why? Share the logic behind this choice of yours because it is a highly valuable discussion for this community. Let's move on to Fidelity. Look at the Fidelity Mutual Funds overview screen and type FZROX into the search box. On the page that appears, you will see 0.00% in the expense ratio column. Yes, 0. This was a move that shook the entire industry in 2018, and Fidelity can make this possible because it offers these funds only on its own platform. I need to state an important nuance of FZROX here. This fund can only be held in a Fidelity account. When you want to transfer it to another platform, you must sell it first, and this creates a taxable event. Knowing this is critical for your long-term planning. Another big advantage of Fidelity is that there is no minimum investment amount, meaning you can start with $1 to see this. Go to the Fidelity Learning Center brokerage page and find the minimum investment line on the account opening section. Minimum, it says 0 there. For Schwab, look up the Schwab investment products page and search for SWTSX. The expense ratio is 0.03%, a product that almost overlaps one-to-one with VTI. The feature that distinguishes Schwab from the others is the user experience. The platform is simple, especially for those new to investing, and customer service offers 7/24 phone support. You can verify this on the Schwab brokerage accounts page. Now let's put these three side by side and talk about which one you should choose and draw a concrete decision tree. If you plan to open an account at Fidelity and stay on the same platform for a long time, FZROX or FSKAX are strong options. If you want maximum flexibility and portability, VTI or SWTSX is better. If you haven't decided which platform to open an account on yet and want to make a comparison, look at the NerdWallet Best Online Brokers portal. You can see the current comparison of Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab there. Write which platform you chose and why you chose it in the comments. The answer to this question will serve as a guide for everyone here. Now let's show the account opening steps on real screens, because the question, "I know the fund, but how will I buy it?" constitutes the biggest part of the comments coming to this video. Let's go through Fidelity. Go to the main Fidelity website. Click the Open an Account button in the top right corner. The account type selection screen appears before you. You will see three options here. Brokerage account, meaning standard investment account, traditional IRA, and Roth IRA. I will come to which one you should choose in a moment. But for now, click on Roth IRA and see how simple the process is. Steps: you can open the account in 15 minutes with your identification information, social security number, and bank account information. After opening the account, type FZROX in the search box, click the Buy button, enter the amount you want in the dollar amount section, select market order, and complete the transaction. It's that simple, nothing more. Let's come to the tax issue, and I suggest you take notes on this section because holding the right fund in the wrong account type can be much more costly than holding the wrong fund in the right account. There are two basic account types for individual retirement investors in the U.S., traditional IRA and Roth IRA. To understand the difference, look at the official IRS retirement plans page. You will see the traditional versus Roth comparison table in the middle of the screen. Let's summarize briefly. The contributions you make in a traditional IRA can be deducted from your tax base, meaning you pay less tax today, but you are taxed when you withdraw money. In a Roth IRA, your contributions are made from post-tax income, meaning there is no advantage today, but you pay no tax at all when you withdraw in retirement, and the entirety of the compound growth belongs to you. As of 2026, the IRA contribution limit is $7,000 a year. You can verify this number on the official IRS contribution limits page. Now the critical question, Roth or traditional? If you are in a low-income bracket right now and think you will be in a higher income bracket in retirement, Roth is more advantageous. If you are in a high-income bracket right now, traditional makes more sense. But here's a topic most videos skip. What will happen if you exceed the income limit? As of 2026, to be able to make direct contributions to a Roth IRA, the annual income for single individuals must be under $161,000. If you exceed this limit, I recommend you research the Backdoor Roth IRA strategy, and you can learn this in detail by checking the Investopedia definition page. When it comes to the 401k, if your employer offers a contribution match, meaning employer match, I definitely recommend you use this money fully, because this word for word means free money. To find out which fund is available in your 401k, apply to your HR department or log into your employer's plan manager portal and select the lowest expense ratio, total market index fund, or S&P 500 index fund. Now let's come to the question of international diversification, because the question, are U.S. funds alone enough, is one of the most frequent questions coming to this channel. My answer is this: VTI alone provides sufficient diversification, but some investors add VXUS, meaning Vanguard Total International Stock ETF, to their portfolios for global diversification. To see VXUS, look at the Vanguard International Stock Profile page, screen Vanguard VXUS page. Here you will see a fund with an expense ratio of 0.08%, covering more than 8,000 international stocks. A classic combination is as follows: 80% VTI, 20% VXUS. But let me state this. Looking at the data of the last 20 years, the U.S. market significantly outperformed international markets. It is unknown whether this situation will continue in the future, so this decision depends on personal preference. Would you add international funds to your portfolio? Why or why not? Write this question in the comments because there are really different views on this matter and I want to discuss it. Let's look at the math. And now I suggest you open the Portfolio Visualizer Financial Goal Planning tool, screen Portfolio Visualizer Goal Chart, because you can enter your own numbers here. If you invest $400 monthly, and if we base it on the historical inflation-adjusted average annual return of the S&P 500, meaning 7%, at the end of 10 years approximately $66,000, at the end of 20 years approximately $208,000, at the end of 30 years approximately $486,000. For $600 monthly, approximately $730,000 at the end of 30 years. For $800 monthly, approximately $973,000 at the end of 30 years. In the scenario where John starts with his $400 monthly and increases it over time, the figure reaches $1,100,000. These numbers are hypothetical projections. Past returns do not guarantee future returns, but according to SPIVA reports, meaning the independent research you can verify on the official S&P Dow Jones scorecards, more than 90% of actively managed funds fall behind their own benchmark index at the end of 10 years. This data is updated every year and gives the same result every year. Now calculate your own number and write what came out in the comments. How much can you invest monthly, and after how many years do you want to reach your goal? I am coming to the question of what should I do while the market is falling, because the answer to this question is both the simplest and the hardest: do nothing. To prove this, go to the Macro Trends 100-year historical chart database and open the 100-year Dow Jones chart. Screen Macro Trends 100-year market graph. You will see every major drop: the 1929 Great Depression, the 2000 dot-com crisis, the 2008 global financial crisis, the 2020 COVID crash, and you will see that the market recovered after each one and surpassed its previous peak. Investors who panicked and sold during the decline period could not benefit from the recovery, while investors who held on actually bought shares cheaper during the declines, because fixed monthly investment means buying more shares at a low price. This is called dollar cost averaging. Now I want to ask you, have you panicked and sold in a market drop before? What happened after that decision? Write your experiences in the comments because it is an incredibly valuable learning resource for this community. Let's look at frequently made mistakes, and I want to be honest here because each of these mistakes can turn into a cost of tens of thousands of dollars. The first and most costly mistake is delaying to start. Each year you delay, you lose a year. That compound growth would provide you, and this loss cannot be compensated mathematically. To solidify this, open the official investor.gov compound interest calculator and calculate the difference between starting at age 25 and starting at age 35. The resulting number will shock you. The second mistake is buying too many funds. A single broad-based total market index fund provides sufficient diversification. The third mistake is trying to time the market. The fourth mistake is choosing a high-cost active fund. The fifth mistake is not using tax-advantaged accounts. If you found this video useful, the most valuable thing you can do right now is to like it and share it with someone around you who cannot access this information, who is still keeping their money in high-cost funds. A share can sometimes literally change someone's financial future, and this is not an exaggeration. John's story is proof of this. In conclusion, let's summarize the steps. Step 1. Create an emergency fund. Investing without liquid savings covering 3 to 6 months of expenses is risky. Step 2. Fully use the employer 401k match. Step 3, open a Roth IRA through Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab's platform and put VTI, FZROX, or SWTSX inside it. Step 4, give an automated monthly investment instruction and forget. Step 5, check your portfolio once a year and do nothing else. Finally, I want to ask you 3 questions, and I expect you to write all 3 of these questions in the comments. Are you investing right now, and which fund do you use? If you haven't started yet, what prevents you the most? And how many dollars do you aim to invest monthly? The answers to these questions constitute a real guide both for you and for the thousands of people following this channel. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell, because in the next video I will show you step-by-step which fund to choose in your 401k and how to maximize the employer match. See you in the next video.